Alright, ladies and gents, as ever, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2 for originally for the Nintendo DS. We are playing the Android version. This won't be our first time playing, so if you want to see how we got to where we are tonight, or check out some of the games we played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. But for tonight, let's go ahead and get into the game, shall we? So we are playing the first episode right now. I actually forgot the name, I apologize. But the premise is it takes place a week or two after the end of the first Ace Attorney investigations. And the president of Zhongfa had an attempt on his life at a press conference in Japan. So our boy Edgeworth was attempting to investigate. At the end, we ran into our old nemesis from Phoenix Wright, Shelly the Killer, who, if you didn't know, is a assassin for hire. But before we could get things resolved with him, he took a hostage and demanded that Edgeworth solve the actual murder, because it turns out the president's alive. However, one of the president's bodyguards was killed. And for some reason, Shelly wants us to figure out who done it. So that's weird, but all right, let's see what we can do. The death of the bodyguard Ethan Rook and the arrival of Shelly the Killer. A new development in this case has come to light. Under Knightley's direction, the door of the president's plane was opened. After the paramedics attending Mr. Rook left, we set foot inside the plane, one by one. March 25th, 4:15 p.m., President's Plane Office. As you can see, Mr. Knightley, the other presidential bodyguard, is still being held hostage over there by Shelly, so still a bit of a scary situation here. Pretty sure it was called Edgy Poo Solves President Bang Bang Job. Yeah, it sounds right. That must have been it. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. Oh my, where would the president be? Who knows? It seems he's just behind that door. Still a coward, I see. You think he'd just show himself in front of a hitman? Not a chance. Didn't I tell you already? My purpose here is simply to investigate the case. Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, we await your examination of the body. Right. For now, I have no choice but to obey and continue the investigation. The rest is up to Detective Gumshoe. I'm counting on you. We told Gumshoe to surround the plane, so no matter what happens in here, Shelly won't be able to get away at least. Hey Eric Director, welcome in. How are you doing today? How is your weekend going? The attempted assassination of the president became the murder of a bodyguard. Looks like you could use some help, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I don't deny it, but... See, exactly. If that's the case, then it can't be helped. Just leave it to the great thief Kay Faraday. Right. So, are you saying you can solve this case? Nope. Said with such certainty. Instead, I'll stick to being your support. Right, let's get straight to the investigation. We need to buy time for the police to prepare. I'll need to draw out this investigation for as long as I can. Alright, well obviously we want to check out the body, but we're going to look around and see everything else in here first if we can. Hey Kissa, thank you for the appeasement frogs, I appreciate that. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, Kiss has cashed out, which is super weird, but here we are. 2 gas masks lay on the table, ready to protect against poison gas attacks. The president seems to be quite fearful of assassinations. So this is the rumored gas mask. It's my first time seeing the real thing. Rumored? Among the great thieves? No, the Jammin' Ninja, the children's program. During the Princess Viola's wedding ceremony, the poison-tongued ninja Simon Kowal. I should stop listening to her so seriously. Never seems to pay off. an inflatable lifeboat with an oar sitting on top. Looks like it's ready to be used at any time. Hey! There's only one oar! Well, guess you could try to paddle with your hands. That never works very well, can confirm. Next to the riot shield, there's a canary in a cage. Oh, it's so cute! I want one to be my partner. Partner? Of course, it can help me open locks and do other odd jobs at the crime scene. A great thief should always use nature to her advantage. Heard of canaries being used to detect poison gas. Don't tell me. He seems to be really worried about gas here. It's very weird. It is, yeah, I think it's a lot of artists that just sort of realize they're probably not going to be doing a lot of touring or making new music, so they just sort of cashed out. And yeah, Kiss is trying to get an AI thing going, which is horrifying. A sturdy life preserver rests against the table. It is an essential life-saving tool. So is this a precaution in case someone accidentally falls into the ocean? The ocean, huh? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, how about we go together sometime? You want to go, just go by yourself. Aw, don't be such a party pooper. Let's go visit the ocean. Think about the hot dogs and the shaved ice. It'll be delicious. You just want to go to the ocean to eat. Is that so wrong, Edgeworth? Is that so wrong? All right, we got a couple things to look at here. It's a collection of colorful personal security alarms. They all seem to have been used before. The president! He sure is a nice guy. He bought these security alarms to protect his wife and kids. Why would he leave them all here? It's obvious that they're for his own personal use. Objection! A single person can't carry that many security alarms. Because a person has only 2 hands. That objection is worth 0 points. Edgeworth, why such a killjoy? Seafood is delicious. It is! Who doesn't like eating nice things at the seaside? Alright, this looks interesting. That's a heavy-looking vest. The president's clothes must be made from some special fabric. Indeed. It's to protect against bullets. Wow! It even does that? Naturally, this is a bulletproof vest after all. Looks like it has a bullet in it. Ah, so that's what it is. This is the first time I've seen one. You could have said something earlier. That really surprised me. All right. Are these some kind of official documents? I know it's a bit rude, but let's take a peek inside. This seems to be a security plan. Ah, this looks like the one we found earlier in the trash can, except it's different. It says we must be able to repel any attack from the lake. It's got knight on the left and rook on the right, which is the reverse of how they actually were and how they were listed in the other plan. The president is our top priority. Undercover agents keep an eye on the audience. Yes, it does. But what's this? Something seems out of place. What's this? The details of the security plans were changed. Huh? Ah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. Why the sudden change? Because 2 days ago, the killer attacked the president. He disguised himself as a bodyguard. Rook was the first to notice. He'd already gotten close to the president. Rook managed to stop him just in the nick of time. Rook grabbed his left arm and twisted it. And then he fired 1 bullet square into his left arm. What were you doing at that time, Mr. Knightley? I was... If I remember correctly, the first person I took out that day was you. Oops! Was that a touchy subject? Shut up! So, back then... Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. No! Not you! Not now! Since that day, I haven't been able to turn my head right. It sucks. To think that I would suffer an injury. Ethan Rook. You could say he was a most capable individual. Unlike this man here. What's so different about me and Rook? I believe you're about as different as a pawn and a queen. What? So, you remember Rook's name because he was highly capable? Correct. While disguised as a bodyguard, I happened to hear his name. There was no way I could forget that name. Only a select few have ever been able to injure me. So, this was the connection the killer was talking about. The security arrangements were changed, so that the killer would not be able to sneak in as a bodyguard again. There were pawns listed on the other plan too, so they got rid of most of the guards on the stage. Only the president's two most trusted subordinates would accompany him on the stage. In short, me and Rook. Alright, interesting. Was Kay raised by wolves? It does feel that way sometimes. Rook's Honor, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Bulletproof t-shirts should be a thing. They need a lot of padding, that would be the big problem. Nuddle Masher, how are you doing? I'm not being boned, I'm wearing a bulletproof security detail. Ooh, that could be interesting, Eric Director. Hope you enjoy it there. Worst chessboard ever. It appears your positions were also changed. That's true! He's now on the right side! Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Because they had to worry about the pond over there, and they had to worry about attack from that position, so he wouldn't have been able to watch out, so they moved him. Alright, one last thing to look at here. What the hell is this thing? Strange decoration based off some strange animal is staring at me with its strange eyes. There's a lever on this statue. See, right here in its butt. That would be most unforgivable. Huh? Ah! I'm sorry! I didn't mean anything by it! That lever most likely operates the trap door underneath my feet. Then that hatch is actually a pitfall trap. I hope you understand. It would be in your best interest not to pull that lever. When a killer talks about your best interests, it would be wise to do as he says. Good to know that's there, at least. Something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, I got so many t-shirts from Hot Topic as a teenager. The internal and external views of the plane are being monitored by these monitors. Alright, there's a lot going on here. One of these looks like it's busted. These monitors show the cockpit and the aircraft's exterior. Doesn't seem to be anything out of place. Except whatever the hell this is. What's this? Thing. Oh, that's the president's precious stuffed animal. I don't really get it, but it's some kind of keepsake. Don't touch it. Precious. That's unexpected. Hey, it kind of looks like there's been a break-in. Indeed, the area it stands on does look a bit unnatural. Are those glass shards underneath the stuffed animal? It's unnatural empty space. Perhaps. Was there another monitor here? That's really strange. Not sure what to make of that. One of the few stores that sells classic rock shirts? Nice, nice. Yeah, trapdoor on a plane seems incredibly unsafe. The president is just beyond this door. This door? I'm getting a sense that it's challenging me. Okay, there's no need to feel challenged by a door. But look at how big it is! All those electronic locks? It's challenging me to unlock it. Calm down and think it over. What is the purpose of a key? What is the purpose? To unlock treasure? That's right, to unlock treasure. Was that the right answer? An attempt was made. It's an assortment of protective gear, from bulletproof vests to hazmat suits. Wow, there's even a spacesuit! The president seems to be very protective of himself. But what happens if he gets shot and then gets exposed to poison gas? And then on top of all that, he gets ejected into space. He would probably wear everything that you see here. That would be a sight to see. Hey, you Christensen, welcome in. The killer is holding a dude hostage. That is definitely a problem here. How are you doing, you Christensen? Hope you're doing well. All right, time to actually get around to checking out the body. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's check out this thing first, because we saw those in the photo. This is a bulletproof attaché case. It's a tool bodyguards use to protect themselves from bullets. It can be seen in Kay's photo. Seems Rook and Knightley both had one. Alright. Ah! That's the scene I stole on film! You didn't do anything illegal in taking this. Anywhere, anytime, I'm always in the mood to steal. You just wanted to use the word steal, didn't you? Have I been caught? Hey, Doppelganger, it's a dangerous situation. It is. It is. Seems the victim also carried a gun. Did he try to shoot something? He may have drawn it out instinctively to return fire. Need to check to see if the gun has fired any bullets. Still fully loaded. There's no evidence of any shots being fired. This gun is also from Zhongfa, right? Ah, yeah. We were always issued the same model revolver. Alright. The bullet pierced his body just below his armpit. Unfortunately, he was hit in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover. Really seems like a well-aimed shot. Cause of death was most likely blood loss. The bleeding has stopped. Alright. The paramedics were called to treat Mr. Rook, right? I'm afraid they didn't make it in time. Alright, anything else to see here? The victim is Ethan Rook, who is the president's bodyguard. After hearing the gunshots, he immediately evacuated the president into the plane. Gave up his life to fulfill his duties. Does this mean he'll receive a posthumous promotion? Hey, no need for forced comments. How did you know? Bodyguards don't follow that promotion system. Alright. Nothing there. Is there anything? Can we check his pockets for anything? Or is that it? Nope, that looks like that's everything to see here. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and save, and then it's time to use logic. Let's see, relentlessly, when you were first playing RE4 back in the day, I didn't know how to pronounce attaché, so my sister and I just called it an attack case. Oh my god, it reminds me of that bug they had in the most recent Hitman game. Did you ever hear about that? If not, I need to tell that because it's hilarious. Alright, so let's go into logic, because we've got a lot of stuff here. So let's see, bullet that pierced through. The bullet went straight through the victim's body. Where did it go? Alright, so in the most recent Hitman game, you can do just tons of stuff. There's hundreds upon hundreds of options you can do. And there are suitcases you can carry around to try and blend in the game. And one of the things you can do is you can throw your suitcase at people. Well, people figured out a bug where in certain circumstances, if you threw a suitcase at someone and they ran out of the path of the suitcase would actually curve in midair to go after them. Like if they were standing at the top of a staircase and you threw it and they started walking down the stairs, it would just curve down the stairs after them. Yeah, there's a video online of him throwing it at a guy on a jet ski and it just chasing him across the water. They eventually fixed the bug, but I think they added an item like as a cheat that actually is the homing briefcase again, which is pretty funny. All right, so the bullet went straight through the victim's body. Where did it go? And there was this bulletproof vest on the desk that had a bullet embedded into it. We need to check that out next. That's the kind of bug you rename feature. I mean, it was hilarious. It really was. I'm sure there's videos of it online too. I need to take just a moment, folks. I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that, folks. I am back. Let me get caught up on what I missed here. Deathblow, thank you for the raid. I saw you had to take off. Do take care of yourself, and thanks for bringing your community by. Let's see, what else have we got here? Chugaboom, how are you doing? A hot Horman cheese coming right up. I'll see what I can do. Oh yeah, the bullet jump was originally a bug, and now it's one of the biggest features in the game. There's even achievements around it, which is pretty awesome. Let's see. Yeah, Clem was delightful. I like the actual character they have of Clem. He's fun. Punisher, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Alright, so like I said last time, what we were trying to do before is we were trying to figure out where the bullet that went through Rook went, but we did see a bullet embedded in this bulletproof vest, so let's see if this is what we need to do here. There was a fan comic that mentioned Clem as well. That got very popular. 2 bullets were fired. We know that from the number of gunshots. One hit the steel samurai balloon, and the other took Rook's life. What? Didn't a bullet also hit the president's bulletproof vest? Right. It doesn't match up with the number of shots. However, there is one way to solve this. One way? The bullet that stole Rook's life pierced through his body and then hit the vest. In other words, Rook and the president were hit by the same bullet. I see! That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. Is the president alright? Even while wearing a bulletproof vest, you can still get injured. Yeah, the bullet's impact can still fracture your bones. But don't worry, he's fine. The president's trained himself like no other. Maybe the president didn't even need a bulletproof vest. I think that might be pushing it. I'd like to examine the bullet. There's a chance it may still be ballistic markings. Ballistic markings? What's that? Ballistic markings are always left on a bullet. Each gun leaves a different marking. So if we examine the ballistic markings, we'll know which gun the bullet was fired from. You could say they're like a gun's fingerprints. I get it now. Let's investigate right away. I think that'd be difficult. The bullet was completely flattened when it hit the bulletproof vest. There's no way you could investigate the ballistic markings. What? Oh, I wanted to investigate them. Yeah, it's true. Bulletproof vests do tend to flatten a lot of bullets, so not much you can do there. Let me get caught up there. Yeah, through the guard and hit his armor. That's a hell of a shot right there. My goodness. Let's see your favorite bug that you've encountered in a game, though it's not all that interesting or funny. skipped its middle evolution. Just didn't hit evolve when it hit the required level. And then went straight from its first evolution to the third one. It decided it wanted to skip that awkward teen phase. If only all of us could do that. That's pretty fantastic. All right, so... I think we need to compare these two as well. Hey, Zigcat, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. Just getting started in the game for today, but already making some connections here. Alright, so this is the revolver that was probably the murder weapon, the one we found in the trash can. And this is Rook's gun. These two guns, they're the exact same model. These guns came from Zheng Fa. Why did the assassin have a Zheng Fa bodyguard's gun? Looks like all the bodyguards are provided with guns from Zheng Fa. Indeed. Are these guns rare? No, not particularly. They're not easy to obtain domestically, but it isn't impossible either. What? I thought they might be a treasure. Yes, it's unfortunate. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking about treasure? Not quite. If it was a rare model, it would have been easier to identify. Even evidence can become treasure. I see! Even during your investigations, you search for treasure! Well, I didn't quite say that. Okay, let's investigate! Where's the treasure? And suddenly she's motivated. I want to point one thing out too, because I didn't get around to saying it yesterday, but I really like this fan translation. Because again, this is a fan translation, but it feels just like the way the dialogue feels in any other Ace Attorney game, doesn't it? This is a really solid translation so far. I'm really happy with this. Let's see, relentlessly just wouldn't evolve, and I'm like, am I crazy or what's going on? I then went straight to the third tier. Oh, okay. Just saving up for that big leap right there. Zigcat, you went for a workout in the studio for the first time in over a year, and a new studio too. Good feeling, but this is a chore moving around. We'll make sure to drink plenty of water. Make sure to get a good hot shower later. And give yourself a good rest until your muscles stop hurting. And congratulations on getting back into the swing of that. That's awesome. Yeah, I totally keep forgetting it's a fan translation. This is so solid. Kudos to the people that worked on this. This is really good work. Warded Animal, welcome in. How's everything going with you today? Now then, I've grown weary of this investigation. Still no sign of Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Prosecutor, have you uncovered the truth yet? No, not yet. I see. In that case, would you like to speak with someone who was involved with the incident? Someone involved in the incident? You mean... Is there not one more witness just behind these doors? Of course, the president himself. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, please do the honors and summon the witness here. There's no chance in hell I'm letting that happen. You think you can just summon the president like a witness in court? Ha! Mr. President, I'm sure you're watching all this through your security cameras. Would you kindly grace us with your presence? That is, if you value your bodyguard's life. Is it gonna work? Very good question right here. Dragon Lady Myth, welcome in. How's your weekend going? Hope you are doing good. Been lurking for a bit? Hope you've been enjoying your lurk, Warden. Glad to have you with us. Hey, Pearl, welcome in. Next time you stream this, can you wear a monocle? No! I have very bad vision. If I only had a monocle, I wouldn't be able to see out of the other eye. Ah, that's fair, Zig. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Keeping your back in good shape, especially as you get older, is a very smart thing, I think. And AM Plex, welcome in, AM Plex. How's everything been going with you? Are you excited about the eclipse tomorrow? And thank you so much for a 49-month resub. I appreciate the heck out of that. Thank you for the support. All right. Dragon Lady Myth, tired and a bit sore after being away with the band all day yesterday. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Hope you had a good time with that. Are you practically blind without your glasses? Yes. Let's see. I can only see clearly right about here. I have to get this close before things get clear. Everything past there, very blurry. I'm not legally blind though. That would be much worse. Performance was awesome and you had a lot of fun. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. Any amount of blotted out sun is a win in my book. Amen to that. Oh, nothing from the president yet. Is he coming? I see. Mr. President, what sort of a man leaves another to die on his behalf? Mr. President! Stop it! Take it easy, hey! Still nothing. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. Ah! What? The lights! My apologies, Mr. Prosecutor, but I wouldn't try anything if I were you. It seems I'm unable to reach the president, even with Mr. Knightley's life. Stop! Ah! Kay, the killer, you? However, I have already seen the truth. Where is he? Ugh. I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Oh, jeez. Well, this went from bad to worse. Let's see. Relentlessly, your eyesight is just about as bad. It's wild to me how there are people who can just forget their glasses at home. Yeah, that's... I could never. I absolutely could not. It changes a bit to being illegally blind. Don't tell the feds. Of course, now he gets here. March 25th, 4:45 p.m., President's Plane office. Honestly, my dad's like that. My dad doesn't have good vision, but he also hates wearing glasses. I think it's just because he's used to like that being a nerd thing and he doesn't like it. So my dad just usually doesn't wear his glasses and he just can't see shit most of the time. I think he's slowly starting to get adapted to the idea of it is kind of nice being able to see things, though. Slowly but surely we're getting him there. Wearing him down. Yeah, I prefer seeing things personally. I like seeing things. It's nice. Did I pass out? Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, thank goodness, you're safe. Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay? Kay, what about you? I just woke up myself. My head's throbbing a bit, but it's no big deal. Detective Gumshoe, what happened to the killer? Miss Swift came running out of the plane. She told us the killer made a run for it, but we were too late, sir. We heard from that bodyguard that the emergency lifeboat over there had been stolen. He's probably at the other side of the lake by now, sir. Didn't you seal off the park? The police were all called back to surround the plane. Right now, there's no one guarding the opposite shore. That means they succeeded in giving us a slip. Sure seems that way, sir. Mr. Prosecutor. Horace Knightley. Seems you also had a narrow escape. Yeah, that sucked. That punk. Come to think of it, we found this near where he fell, sir. This is the killer's calling card. Yeah, looks like a message from him. Alright, we'll have to see if there's anything on there. I'm curious. Zigcat, your eyes annoy me. You wear contact lenses and you have to stare at your phone most of the time because your whole store system works through those. So your eyes hate focusing on things more than 10 meters away? Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. Yeah, I know there's supposedly like exercise regimes you're supposed to do if you're like staring at a close-up screen a lot, but that is frustrating, I'm sorry. He always leaves this card next to his victim's body. But you're not dead, sir. Perhaps this signifies something similar to a killing. Which reminds me, the last thing he said still bothers me. However, I have already seen the truth. I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Seen the truth? What did that mean? Yeah, it's safe now. What was that? The president will be making his entrance now. The president? This man is the president of Zhongfa, Dijon Huang. You are? It is an honor to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor. I am Dijon Huang. I have heard of your deeds. You saved my country from a great crisis. Are you referring to the Yatagarasu case? I was simply solving a murder, nothing more. Such modesty. I have been observing your investigation. Astounding performance, despite allowing the killer to get away. Thank you very much. So he was watching through the security cameras. However, I regret that it ends here. What do you mean? Heed my words, foolish prosecutor. You should have already been informed by Knightley. This investigation will be handed over to the esteemed police force of Zhongfa. Now that the killer is gone, they intend to take over the investigation. Hey pal, what are you doing? And what's with that attitude? It's because of the killer and Mr. Edgeworth that... Enough, detective. Mr. President, I cannot agree to this. Why must this investigation be handed over to your country's police? Why, you say? Know your place, puny prosecutor. Must I explain my actions? Nay, I think not. You should hand over all the evidence you found so far and leave this plane at once. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. All the evidence handed over to Knightley. Damn it! Why? Why won't he allow me to investigate this case any further? Now then, would you kindly take your leave? Knightley, place the suspect under firm restraint. I'm on it, Mr. President. An attempt on my life, the murder of my subordinate, such evil, such sin. I didn't kill nobody. I swear! Shut your trap, lady. You dare question me! You dare stain this world with deceit! Should we pardon this sin? Nay, absolutely not. It is most unforgivable. My reasons being... There's no mistake. The president is hiding something. If I turn back now, the truth will be lost forever. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing you can do? There's gotta be something we can do here. Gotta make a save right here, too. Let me get caught up on chat here. Would you kindly? Yeah, that guy's pretty highfalutin with his speech. It really is. I remember the countless times I faced this dilemma in the courtroom. The lies of the witness, the rebuttals of the defense. I did not always have evidence to counter them. Nonetheless, I was still able to draw out the truth from them. That's right. My words alone are my weapons. Now then, let's analyze the situation. Save one more time right here. So for anybody that missed it yesterday, this is the new mechanic of this game, Logic Chess, which is basically a timed conversation where we have to pick the right options at the right time in order to break down the opponent's defenses and get the truth out of them. It's kind of cute so far. I'm liking it. Zigcat, you are so thankful the text stays static when the screen shakes. Oh yeah, that is super frustrating when that happens. Leave this place at once! This is a direct order from the president himself! He's not even listening. Any rebuttal I give, he cuts off. When he has that forceful attitude, I'll need to watch the situation carefully. My opponent is the president of Zhongfa. I don't think I'll show weakness easily. His words may be overbearing, but I need not be intimidated. If I observe his behavior closely, I should be able to read his emotions. First, I'll start by asking about his reasons for taking over the investigation. Now, let's begin. A good opening line will put me at an advantage. I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate. So you see right now the timer isn't moving, but whenever there's multiple options on the screen, the timer is dropping, so I have to move quickly whenever that happens. Alright. Why are you being such a poopy head? Impudent fool! Hold your tongue! There is no reason. That should be enough of an explanation for you. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Let me try another line of attack. Please, allow me to confirm something about the investigation. Nay! I don't recall granting you permission to speak! I am the president of Zhongfa! You shall not talk back to me! I'm not talking back. I'm simply asking for confirmation. This investigation will be taken over by the police of your country, is that correct? Exactly! That is all I will say! Restrain yourself from making any more unnecessary comments! That's enough. Being on this plane is tantamount to being in my country's soil. You cannot do as you please. This plane? There's something significant about this place? I should remember this clue. So now that we have a clue, we go back to the other line of questioning that was a dead end before and see if we can break through with the clue. I'm rubber and you're glue. Alright, I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate. So we heard this part before. We'll skip past this until we see... There we go. Perhaps that clue may be useful here. Gathering from what you've said so far, does that forceful attitude of yours have some connection to this place? You insolent. Earlier, you said that being on this plane is like being on your country's soil. From those words, I was able to deduce the answer. Namely, that is, you wish to claim extraterritorial rights inside this plane. Am I correct? That's enough! I shall brook no insolence! If you have nothing to say, then be gone! You're wasting my time! Seems I should have been a bit more decisive there. Oh geez, alright. So if we pick the wrong option, we take a time hit too. Alright. So, we know what to do there. So when he's forceful, we back off, but when he's sweating, we should press in. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright. Here we go. That's enough! I shall brook no insolence! Your words are forceful, but I cannot overlook them. The moment I mentioned extraterritorial rights, your face grew pale. In light of your brazen courage, I shall grant you an answer. That's right, I am claiming extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, what does that change? You are still powerless. There is nothing you can do about it. I see. Under international law, the plane would be considered part of Zhongfa. How convenient. If he wishes to stake this claim, then I shall question its validity. Alright, round 2. The next move will decide the outcome. Go ahead and save again now. This guy went to the Batman and Robin costume maker? That suit is bizarrely tight. Also, Dame Karen, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Not quite diplomatic immunity, but he's saying that the plane counts as his own country, so he can investigate it himself. If you can knock your opponent's piece away from the central scoring zone, you gain advantage. This is actually true. Doing good, Game Karen. Unfortunately, Shelly the Killer escaped, but it seems the president's hiding something, so we're trying to press him so that we can continue our investigation. He may be the president, but there is a hole in his logic. Let me break it wide open. I'm pretty sure I know what the hole is, too. I challenge the validity of your claim to extraterritorial rights. Do you truly understand what it is you're saying? Of course, and I stand by it. You dare doubt my words! You have no shame! Such irredeemable ignorance! It troubles me greatly. There's no need to worry. I do not need to be saved. It is Ms. Swift whom I wish to save from these false charges that you have laid against her. I admire your tenacity. However, your wish is unattainable. The extraterritoriality laws are unshakable. This plane is Zhongfa territory. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Let's try another line of attack. Permit me to say this. Don't you feel that your actions are a bit too forceful? Who asked for your opinion? All you need to do is obey. Forceful is the wrong word. It is authority, leadership. So, you arrested Ms. Swift because you felt you had the authority to do so. Yes, that girl is a criminal. There is no room for dispute. The shooting took place outside the plane. Only she could have done it. That's it. The shooting occurred outside the plane. This could be a very important clue. So now we go back to the first line of questioning and press in again now that we've got the clue. It's time to use that clue. Indeed, I do not question your extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, you just claimed that the shooting took place outside the plane. Yes, if it didn't happen inside the plane, extraterritorial rights do not apply. Your claim has fallen apart. Ms. Swift's arrest is invalid. Impossible! Be bested by a mere prosecutor? I am the president! He's such a JoJo villain, holy shit. Checkmate, Mr. President. Oh, Dame Karen, you saw somebody else playing this and you saw Shelly and you're like, oh, hey, that guy. Miss RP Girl, welcome in. No worries, that's what I'm here for. I will play it so you don't have to. Every time I turn to the finger wagging thing, it's like, oh god, what now? Especially because in the original games, every time he did that, it was just like, all right, I've got him on the ropes. And then he does the finger wagging, like, oh no. He has more. Checkmate, Mr. President's a nice line, actually. Mr. President, will you allow us to continue with our investigation? I yield. I will allow it. My heart is generous, my heart is tolerant and merciful. Therefore, as such, certainly, thus we shall... It is our duty for a most noble cause. Gentlemen, now is the time. I, the President of Zhongfa, for the sake of the investigation... This guy sure likes beating around the bush. Knightley, we have received the President's permission. Could you return our evidence? Here. Knightley returned all of the evidence. You did it, Mr. Edgeworth! Indeed. Now we can resume the investigation. It's funny how happy you are just because I gave you your precious pieces back. Now let's see how well you use them. Pay attention, then. Here is my next move. Mr. President, may I make one more request of you? Would you please testify about the moment of the incident? Testify? Hey, hold on a second. That's your next move? Isn't that sort of thing you'd leave to the courts? Naturally, it's a courtroom procedure. However, I'd still like to hear what he has to say. If he refuses to cooperate with the investigation, you'll have to give a clear reason. That's... Is there something wrong? Knightley, stand down. I shall grant the Honorable Prosecutor's request. I thank you for your cooperation. Now, heed my words. Where was I when the incident occurred? Ah yes, the stage. Then, Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. And so, those two attempted to escort me into the plane. But then, a second gunshot. The bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck my bulletproof vest. If that's the case, then the President's a victim too, right? Was an assassination attempt. Mr. Rook just happened to get caught up in it, unfortunately. But isn't it strange? Why would the victim want to interrupt the investigation? Of course, if this becomes public, it would cause problems. I see! There's still some deep, dark secrets behind this case, right? Certainly the President and perhaps Knightley too know of this secret. Without fail, I shall reveal it for all to see. There's a couple of problems with this testimony, so I think we're gonna have to press him on some of this. I mean, you know, he would have been at the ground long enough to have seen the color of the Steel Samurai balloon, I think. Yeah, he needs to stop with the gun. That is freaking everybody out here. Yeah, he said he heard a red balloon bursting. That's a bad way to put that, that's true. 99 red Luftballons. Let's go ahead and save here. And then we'll see if we can press him on a couple statements I'm not totally sure about. Like right here. So then Rook and Knightley suddenly appeared and stood in front of him. Did you realize there was a shooter when they appeared in front of you? What was I doing at that time? Ah yes, the speech. During my speech, I was in a euphoric state, a state of nothingness and enlightenment. So, you got nervous and you blanked out. Nay, I have not forgotten a single occurrence that transpired during my speech. When Rook and Knightley appeared in front of me, I was surprised. So after that, he heard a gunshot and a red balloon burst. A red balloon? Try my patience, prosecutor! That was not my intention. I just want to make sure your recollections are reliable. There were balloons on both sides of the stage. swelling red in the cloudy sky, as laid out in the security plan. Security plans? Ah, the ones from the bag. They stepped in front of me just before the balloon burst. Alright, I want to check the evidence real quick. Alright, so this is the correct plan right here. And yeah, I assume these two round things on either side are the balloons. So nothing out of place there. Let's see. Keep thinking that's not his. I know, I keep thinking he's flipping me off too. I'm glad it's not just me. Alright, so they attempted to escort him into the plane. But then the second gunshot. What happened after the second gunshot? Pitiful prosecutor. If you don't know that much, you're not fit for duty. What's that supposed to mean? I grow weary of needless repetition. It should be quite obvious. Even you should know the path of the second bullet. The bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck his bulletproof vest. When the bullet hit, what condition was the victim in? Oh, he was truly a man among men. Still groaning from the bullet's impact, he grabbed hold of me and dashed into the plane. So, you entered the plane along with the victim. I am to be protected. Rook was to protect me. That was his role. He speaks firmly, but it feels like he's just dodging the question, sir. He's a president. That's to be expected. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. Since he's also a victim, wouldn't he wouldn't really have a reason to lie, sir. So, what he said should be nothing but the truth. On the contrary, there is one point that stands out to me as odd. Try to recall the state of the crime scene. Huh? Really? Show me the evidence! Perhaps I should review it one more time. Yeah, he's the president, that's to be expected. Cold, man, cold. Yeah, he's so forceful. Goodness gracious. All right, so let's see what evidence we got, because we haven't looked it over yet today. We have the prosecutor's badge. We have the steel samurai balloon, which is partially red at least. We have the article about the president visiting. We got the recording of the gunshot. Let's see. I don't think there's anything we need in there. We've got the record of the bullet's trajectory. So there was one bullet that was fired wild, went through the flag and into the balloon over on the right side. And then the second bullet went through Rook and hit the president's vest. All right. Then we got Key's photos. The first one is just before the two agents sprang into action. You can see we've got our mysterious person with the red hood down here and a laser pointer seemingly coming out from him onto the back of everybody's least favorite prosecutor, Winston Payne. Then we have the picture that was taken, I believe she said it was after the first shot. And you can see there's a laser pointer on the president's forehead, which is horrifying. And this was taken after the second shot, when the crowd started fleeing. You can see the red hoodie guy back there, heading over to the samurai dog stand. Alright, and we've got the security plans. These are the updated security plans, which we found in the trash for some reason. Let's see, in case of an emergency, Knightley will lead the in case of an emergency, Knightley will lead the president inside the plane. Interesting. We also have the shooter's gun. We have the bloody red hood. We got the bulletproof attaché case. got all of our notes from the crime scene there. We have the bulletproof vest. One of the surveillance monitors has been knocked out somehow. And Shelly the Killer's calling card right there. Alright, so let's flip through his statements right here. Let's see. I think this one's a little bit weak, but I think I know what we're gonna try. Alright, so let's save here before we try anything. ZBI, open up! Terrible security, terrible. Show him the badge! Who is Kay? Kay is our sidekick from the first Ace Attorney Investigations game. She is a aspiring master thief, but she hasn't actually stolen anything yet, so she hasn't broken the law yet. So right now, she is helping out Edgeworth. She was very helpful in the last game, so that's why Edgeworth's keeping her around for right now. All right. Can we present this? That is not correct. Dang it. And that didn't work. Let's see. All right, what else we got here? Oh wait, hang on. There's one thing we can maybe check. No, you can't see anything there. Was hoping that would be a little bit of a wider angle, but it is not. All right, so. I wish I could remember, but I think they said that shot of the president looking shocked was after the first gunshot, but I'm not 100% sure. There's a couple things I can see potentially trying here. I'm not sure which one we should try. Let's try this first. That's not the right thing, dang it. Horrible trigger discipline. This guy's the worst. Let's present the vest. Dang it, that's not it either. Oh no! Is that... His reasoning stands like steel. Dang it! Alright, try pressing a couple of the others. No, it sounds like we need to present evidence somewhere. If anybody's got any suggestions, feel free to hit !hint. I would be curious to hear what you gotta say. This one's tough. This one's tough. I kind of feel like I have half of what's supposed to be happening here, but I'm not 100% sure how to present it. Yeah, why does he keep talking about the red balloon bursting? That is a little bit weird. I suppose we could try presenting on that. It is partially red, so he's not entirely wrong. Chugaboom, you got a hint? What are you thinking? It could be a translation issue, that's true. Stuff like this, it is hard to get the exact wording. Let's see, can you show me the plans you found in the trash? I can, but I have to pick what statement to show him those on. That's the tricky part. Let's try presenting this. Oh! A red balloon burst. I'm afraid that's not the case. What? Please have a look at this piece of evidence. Can you see what has burst? Is he about to blow chunks? Should I duck? What is happening here? Oh my god. That glass telephone, welcome in. That is incredible. He's gonna blow. This is... what exactly? It's the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo. You do well to remember it. If you wish to win the support of this nation's people. And don't forget the rival show, the Jammin' Ninja! The balloon that was ruptured by the bullet was no ordinary red balloon. It was a Steel Samurai balloon. So here we were thinking it was a bad translation, but no, that was exactly the wording that we needed to look at as the clue. We just need to stay on this frame for the rest of the stream. God, that was an amazing expression. Honestly, that is a pretty good emote, holy shit. Come shoot, protect me from the Technicolor yawn. Oh my god. But according to the plans, there should have been 2 red balloons. It says so right here in the security plan. Yeah, it certainly looks like there's only 2 round balloons drawn here. Knightley, what is the meaning of this? Explain at once. Yes, sir. That Steel Samurai balloon is a last-minute replacement. Replacement? That's what we were told. Seems that information didn't make it to the president. We ran into a little trouble during setup last night. One of the balloons that we'd prepared burst. So, you scrambled to find a replacement? Exactly. We just happened to run into a guy manning a stand in the park. He said he'd lend us the Steel Samurai balloon. He was kind of a poser. Stand, Steel Samurai balloon, and a poser. We pumped air into its red samurai pants to create a makeshift balloon. Oh! So he did see a red balloon, but that's why we thought that it wasn't, that it wasn't. Only half a contradiction right there, which is interesting. Now I'm worried about who that guy manning the stand might be, but I guess we'll find out. Is that what you mean? Knightley, why was I not informed of this? Sir, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't think it was important enough to report. Couldn't you tell by just looking at it? I did not notice it. So he mistook the Steel Samurai's pants for an ordinary balloon. Was there a reason why you made that mistake? Oh! What now? A moment, please. I just remembered now. I could not see the balloon very well. Couldn't see it? Exactly. At the time, the wind was strong. The flags on the stage were fluttering wildly and they obstructed my view. Flags? Did you not see the flags that were set up on both sides of the stage? Due to the strong wind, they were waving about, just like this. So, a strong wind was blowing at the time of the incident. Flags were fluttering wildly. Is there a problem with that? Yes, there is! President Huang, you have my gratitude. Your testimony has helped uncover a new contradiction. Contradiction? Say. Yes, one that turns the very foundation of this case on its head. During my investigation, there was no wind at the crime scene, so the flags remained still. However, the flags were actually fluttering in the strong wind. This completely changes the meaning of that piece of evidence. Which evidence contradicts the state of the crime scene? Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. The gunshot rang out during the president's speech. The bullet struck the balloon and also pierced through the national flag. I had previously deduced the bullet's trajectory using these facts. The assassin fired the bullet from the left side of the audience area. However, if the flags were fluttering about like so, my reasoning changes. Ah! Since the flag's position is changed... Correct. The bullet's trajectory must also change. And if we trace the trajectory of the bullet, we can tell who fired the shot. Huh? But, Mr. Edgeworth, that person is... Indeed. I still don't understand why. However, it can be none other than him. By tracing the bullet's path, who is the person who fired the gun? Take that! The person who shot the balloon was none other than you, Horace Knightley. What? Connect the bullet holes in the balloon and the flag, and the line points to you. Alright, updated the bullet's trajectory data there. But that guy's one of the president's bodyguards! Why would he have shot the Steel Samurai balloon, sir? Preposterous. I agree with the detective. There is no reason. Are you saying Knightley, who has saved my life on numerous occasions, is an assassin? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I've had it up to here with you. My job is to protect the president. Knightley, control yourself. Sorry, sir. Prosecutor, indeed, the wind was strong during my speech. However, the wind's strength can change very quickly. Evidence! Show us evidence that the flag was flying at the moment of the gunshot. Alright, let's go ahead and save here. We're being challenged again. This is getting intense. One that flip-flops this whole case like a pancake in IHOP. He is always playing with his gun. The gunshot occurred the moment the president raised his fist to the sky. The evidence that shows this moment is... Do I have something that shows the state of the flag? Let's take a look at Kay's pictures again. You can't see the flag in here, unfortunately. Ah, there's the flag right there. Sticking into the corner. But he said it was the moment the president raised his fist in the air. Let's see if we have anything else. That might be what we've got, though. Let's see, was there anything interesting on the tape? Let's see, the president raises his fist in the air. Nothing else there. I'm thinking it's gotta be Kay's photos. Let's see what else we could possibly do here. Spitting that gun behind his back sure feels like it. Show me the evidence that and save. Yeah, sometimes you have to do the revelations in the right order in this game, so I always feel comfortable saving.
Take that.
The evidence is in this photo. Interesting. And where in this photo exactly? Proof that the flag was flying in this photo is right here. The flag. The proof of the flag is the part with the flag in it.
Take that.
Don't you see? The fluttering flag can be seen in this photo. No! There is no mistaking that the flags were flying at the moment of the incident. So then, it really was that guy who shot the balloon! That would mean Mr. Knightley is the assassin! Horace Knightley is not the assassin. Horace Knightley is not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon on the opposite side of the president. He wasn't aiming at the president. Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do a thing like that? That's actually a good question. Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head. Why is he so crazy? Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to that one thing that's felt out of place. The one who shot the balloon was the president's bodyguard, Knightley. That fact will change the entire viewpoint of this case. Alright, we gotta use logic to figure out what the hell's going on here. Fluttering flag, flying freely, flowing fabric, flusters fools. That sounds very like Francesca von Karma right there. Balloonicide is a serious crime, Knightley. You're going away for a long time. Knightley's a loose cannon, but damn it, he gets results. Your pretty little head, so you think I'm pretty? So Knightley had to stand on the right side because he couldn't turn his head to the right. But the trajectory shows that he shot the balloon on the right side of the stage. Why was Knightley's position changed? Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage. Was that really the only reason? If the plans had not changed, and Knightley remained on the left side of the stage, Knightley can't turn his head to the right. Would he have been able to aim at the balloon on the left side of the stage? Perhaps the security plans were altered so that Knightley could shoot the balloon? That's the case. What's this? The details of the security plan were changed? Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders. Security plans were changed on the president's orders. The president was targeted, and it was a premeditated crime. We're pretty sure of that. But the president ordered the positions changed. And it seems like one of the possibilities is specifically so that Knightley was able to shoot that balloon. In other words, the president knew about the balloon being shot. He knew about the attempt on his own life. If you think about it that way, everything that's been out of place is beginning to add up. Why was the assassin able to get a gun past such tight security? Why was the assassin wearing a conspicuous red hood? Why did they use a laser sight that would so easily reveal their location? Why was the president so calm after being shot? This was the truth the president and his subordinates tried to conceal. I'm gonna say it again, but this is getting good. This is getting very good. It's all coming into place. There can only be one reason why Knightley fired the gun. The entire assassination was a setup. Huh? Huh? How dare you? Do you seriously understand what you're implying with that? Of course I understand. In fact, now I understand everything. Mr. President, you wish to take the investigation rights from me. That was all so you could conceal the real truth. How dare you mock me with these spurious allegations? Mock you? That was not my intention. I simply used logic to uncover the truth. That is all. Knightley fired the first shot in order to rupture the balloon. Hearing the gunshot and the sound of the balloon bursting, the audience began to panic. This was followed by one more shot. Wait, one more shot? Yes, Knightley turned towards the balloon and pulled the trigger a second time. The second gunshot was also fired by Knightley, to create the illusion of the second shot hitting the president. So, what about the bullet that hit the president's bulletproof vest? What if that bulletproof vest had been prepared in advance? There it is again! We got him! This is interesting. That's not a possibility I considered right there. What's the matter, Mr. President? Afraid of facing a little bullet? That's not true. I was definitely shot. If we examined the bullet in your vest, it would answer the question for us. Will we find Rook's blood on that bullet? But the person in the red hood who shot me is in that photo. Weren't you listening, Mr. President? From the bullet's trajectory, the one who fired the shot must have been Knightley. Then, Nicole! She too was part of the president's plan. She was to bear the blame and became the false assassin. The red hooded figure! Exactly. I don't know how much of the plan Ms. Swift knew beforehand. However, she didn't fire the gun. All she did was aim the laser pointer at the president's head. That's right! Once the crowd began to panic, you would turn your parka inside out. And thus, the red hooded figure vanished. After that, you discarded the gun and security plan in the trash. And the illusion of the assassin vanishing like a ghost was complete. And with the assassin gone, the case would go unsolved, pal! Yes, that was what he hoped for. That's why he wouldn't let Mr. Edgeworth investigate the case! Exactly. All of this was an asinine publicity stunt from a lying president. But you... Oh God! What? Oh my God! Oh God! Oh gee! Oh, he untensed and it all came down. Oh my God! Look at the jewels! Oh my God! Oh my, this is so good. Ball Blair, welcome in. How are you doing today? He was secretly a balloon. I was a wimp before anchor arms. They shot the wrong balloon. You can only keep flexing for so long. He finally let it all out. Oh my God. Oh, it's incredible. You came in a perfect time, Ball Player. This is incredible. Hey, Spiffy Steph, welcome in. We take off the Spanx at the end of the day. I wonder if that's how his suit was designed, to just keep everything in place. You notice he's straight in at the buttons now. Oh my goodness. You are wrong. You revealed his true form. Once again, he's basically a JoJo's villain. The assassination is a lie, isn't it? Chief, why did he have to pick you? This should not have happened.
Objection!
Well played, Mr. Prosecutor. Knightley! I am speaking with the President now, thank you very much. You're a chess player. You know knights always strive to protect their king. Oh god, what is he up to? Are we about to get shot? Of all the skills Edgeworth has, none of them is to help him dodge bullets. This is gonna get bad. His true form! But is it his final form? You never know. You never know. So shut up, now. Are you threatening me, Mr. Knightley? Ah! What's with this guy? Oops, sorry, I went over the top there. But on to business. As my first move, I want to ask you a question. You say I fired a gun on the stage, right? Then I should have been caught. The entire audience was watching me. I see. Now it's my move. You used a certain object to prevent the spectators from seeing you. Certain object? Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what that certain object is.
Take that!
The attaché case. Exactly. I'd like you to have a look at this photo Kay took. Your right hand is completely hidden by the case. This photo captures the exact moment you secretly fired the gun. You use the attaché case as a screen. You seem to enjoy making up convenient stories, Mr. Prosecutor. But you've missed something. What have I missed? That everything you've said is just a hypothesis, a theory. Flags flapping in the wind, using the case as a screen. Security plans were modified because I can't move my neck? You've got no decisive evidence. Yeah, it'd be great if you had that bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it, see if the ballistic markings match my gun. But that bullet's probably at the bottom of the lake. Finding it would be real tough, right? I hate to admit it, but it's as he says, there's no decisive evidence. If there's no proof, the only thing you can do is shut up, so do so. Ms. Swift. If she speaks, we could hear new testimony. Hey, lady, you got something to say? Never mind. There we go. I thought so. Cole! Don't be afraid. The truth will escape if you let that man intimidate you. You're a reporter. A journalist, are you not? I will not remain silent. Better consider your position. Use your head before saying something you'll regret. I forgot the #1 rule of journalism. Journalists must not tell lies. You can't call it a scoop if it ain't the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I've been hiding this the whole time. This is? I used this laser pointer to aim at the president. That's all I did. I never fired the gun. You stupid woman! You testify, you'll be admitting you're an accomplice. I don't care. I'm gonna tell him everything. 3 days ago, I was covering an event at the Zhengfa embassy. Then, some of the president's men called me over. They said if I cooperated, I'd get an exclusive interview with the president. And the gun in the trash? I really don't know. All I was told was to come wearing a red hood and aimed laser pointer. I never thought it would snowball into all this. I'm really truly sorry. Hey Val, welcome in. How are you doing today, Val? How was your stream? What were you playing? Tell me everything. And thanks for bringing your community by. But I've got lots of conjecture and hearsay. Those are kind of like evidence. If I have enough hearsay, is that evidence? Is it weird to anyone else that the only reason the laser was noticed was because of Kay's opportunity photos? I mean, that happens a lot in the Ace Attorney games where like one of the pieces of evidence is just incredibly lucky that it even exists. But you know, video games. Nicole, thank you. That was a testimony worthy of the courtroom. This is sufficient testimony to verify the fake assassination plot. Damn you, the lot of you. You're all a bunch of mindless morons. It's a shame. If only you'd been able to usurp the investigation as planned. You would have been able to silence this young lady. Dude! Number one, holy shit, that's what you get. Take your finger away from the goddamn trigger. Number two, you are on a plane. You're on a plane. What? Stop. Stop. Gun safety. Trigger discipline. Jeez. Oh. Dude is lucky to be alive. Oh, see that sprite in HD? Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I was able to play the Android version of this. So, tomorrow's headline now reads, Fake assassination plan exposed, becomes a murderer. Right? I can't believe that you do something this horrible, pal. I admit nothing. President? Knightley, that's enough. Have no choice but to admit. So, Mr. President, you admit that you planned a fake assassination? Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry. But why? Why did you have to do this? My approval ratings in Zhengfa have fallen. I wanted to appeal to them as a strong president who survived an assassination. But in the end, it was just a lie. A stupid lie. And the bullet in the bulletproof vest. Prepared earlier. It was not fired today. All right. Evidence updated. Good, good. Yeah, he's sad now. He's having a bad day. But what about Mr. Killer? It seems our plan was leaked. Someone wanted to make this fake assassination real. That's why the killer wore the red raincoat. He would impersonate the culprit from the plan in order to approach the president. But there's still one thing I don't understand. What's that? Why did Rook die? His death was not a part of this charade, and yet it really happened. Yes. Why was his life taken? Ethan was an outstanding bodyguard. Even though he wasn't from my country, he had my utmost trust. I wouldn't think that having the trust of a cowardly president meant that much, honestly. Hey, that's the same sort of bond between me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. I wouldn't put it that way. Did Rook know of your plan? Not the exact details. I asked him to cooperate, and he refused. You should have listened to his advice. Yes, indeed. I wouldn't have done all this if I had known. You're being too dramatic. Of all the people on this plane, you don't get to call Edgeworth dramatic. Holy shit, dude. I mean, usually, I admit pretty much any other time, yes, Edgeworth is a drama queen, but in this case, between those two, no. Pot calling the kettle black, sir. Rook was just one piece of the president's defense. Knightley, that's... And it's not as if he cooperated with your plan. I did. He ran away, taking whatever dignity he had left with him. Good riddance. Know you're a valuable bodyguard, but still. I don't have time for this, sir. I'm the team leader now. There's gonna be a lot of changes now that the chicken's gone. After all, adaptation is the most important principle in chess. I knew you always wanted to be the team leader. But isn't this a bit imprudent? I will orchestrate even more perfect plans, just like this one. You definitely have ambition. But wasn't your perfect plan today a failure? If it weren't for you and that idiot Rook, it would have been perfect. You and your meddling dog, Edgeworth. Everyone in this room is a theater kid. Truth. Truth. Edgeworth dramatic? Never. Honestly, this president is out dramaticing him to orders of magnitude. Oh my god. It is really nice, Malkiel. This game is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the rest of it. Scooby-Doo-Doo. What did Rook do? If he hadn't died, the killer wouldn't have threatened me. And you would have never set foot in this plane. Knightley, how could you say such a thing? Yeah, he died trying to save you, Mr. President. Maybe he fulfilled his lifelong ambition. Died protecting the president? Huh? But the assassination was fake, right? Of course it was, but you need to listen closer, little girl. Remember the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real? There were 2 gunshots at the time of the incident. The first was, as you said, I shot the balloon. But the second one wasn't me. So who fired the second shot? The real assassin. But it wasn't the killer. He intended to attack the president with a knife, not a gun. The lucky winner was the hidden queen. Or should I say, the lady in the coat over there. Huh? And we're back to Nicole now, and I think I know why. Is the key in her hair the key to her heart? Asking for a friend? Only one way to find out, Shiro. Ball Blair, this is your favorite in the entire series? I actually heard a lot of people. I read reviews of this from when the fan translation originally hit, and a lot of people were saying it may actually be their favorite in the series, so I'm really excited to be playing this one. So far, I'm having a great time. This is amazing. All right. You're accusing Nicole, pal? I ain't no assassin. Really? I don't believe you. The gun that was left in the trash. That was yours, right? All right, now we gotta go after his testimony. I shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the president. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the president into the security room. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president to the plane. The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. So, you're saying you don't know exactly when the victim was shot. A knight's job isn't to protect the Rook, it's to protect the king. Huh? What he's trying to say is that his job is to protect the president only. It's over if you lose the king. Checkmate. That's the first rule of chess. If you let your pieces get taken right in front of you, you're not likely to win. But I did win. Look, the president's safe. Don't claim victory while the game has only just begun. I think I see where we're going with this one, but we're gonna have to finesse it a little bit before we get to the right place. So let's save first, as we're getting started on this. Because here's the thing, I think I know where the bullet... Because we originally were thinking that the bullet in the bulletproof vest was the one that went through Rook. But now I think I know where that bullet actually is. But like I said, we're gonna have to work up to it right there. Hey, Alex! Welcome in, Alex. Welcome in, Alex Raiders. How are you doing today? Alex, what were you playing? How did it go? Tell me everything. And for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Shane. That's Shane's Games. I play the obscure, the unusual, and nostalgic. And today we're playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2, the only of the Ace Attorney games that was never released in English. How are you doing today, Alex? Selene Rose, welcome in. How are you doing today? Finished up Mini Shoot Adventures. I haven't heard of Mini Shoot Adventures. I'm glad you liked it though. I'll have to look into that myself after this. Thank you so much for bringing your folks by. And hey, if anybody in here is not following Alex, you definitely want to. He plays a lot of really interesting stuff as well. Plays some multiplayer games with his stream as well. And just in general, really cool person to hang out with. Also, my favorite wrestling fan on Twitch. Don't tell anybody else I said that. So make sure and click that link, give him a follow, check him out next time he's live. You're gonna have a great time hanging out over there. Take Geometry Wars and make it Legend of Zelda. So Legend of Zelda is a twin stick shooter? I'm intrigued. Yeah, this is, so it was originally the DS version was fan translated, but then they released an upscaled version for Android. A lot of people don't know this, but if you look in the Play Store, the Google Play Store right now, or iOS Store if you want to, pretty much all of the Ace Attorney games are on there. You can play just about any Ace Attorney game on Android and iOS right now. So this one, originally the translation was for the DS version, but just last year, they ported the translation over to the Android version. So we're playing it on there because it's an upscaled version. So, you know, a little bit higher resolution, a little bit crisper visuals. So I'm really excited to be playing that. That's fair, Doppelganger, I get you. Hey, 4M, welcome in. How are you doing today, 4M? Hope you're doing well today. We're out here investigating. Not just upscaled, they redrew the sprites from the original art. Holy shit, that's really awesome. It looks really good too. Selene, I read the text on screen is, I shat. He shat the balloon. Please see a doctor immediately. How much is it on Android? I want to say like 15 bucks per game. I'm not 100% sure though. No, Capcom did not release it as fan patch, which means I had to fan patch it myself. It's hard. It's really hard. I wouldn't actually recommend trying it myself. If you want to play the fan patch version, I would recommend trying the DS version. You can fan patch the ROM. If you have a DS that can play ROMs, you can play it right on the original hardware. Otherwise, you can play it on an emulator. But no, the fan patch, I had to apply myself. There is still no official way to play this game in English right now. We're hoping that'll change later, but for right now, it is what it is. Hey, Finkelroy, welcome in. How are you doing today? All right, so he shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the president. Rook waited in the cabin while he led the president into the security room. When he came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president to the plane. Let's press him on this one. Nothing Shane does is for the faint of heart. I've done some crazy stuff to get games working on here. I tell you, brutal.
Hold it!
Weren't you both carrying bulletproof attaché cases? Yeah, when Rook noticed the laser pointer, we opened up those bad boys and became the president's shield. You're telling me the bullet slipped through the space between your shields? Are you claiming that Ms. Swift has such precise aim? Well, she was targeting the president. I wouldn't say her aim was precise at all. So the bullet was off target and just happened to hit the victim instead. Through the tiny gap between his bulletproof vest and the case. I don't want to believe it either, but they say the truth is stranger than fiction. Rook was hit by a 1 in a million shot, and you have the evidence to prove it. You got the PC port of Deadly Premonition working? Oh my god, I did, although it was crashing every 45 minutes almost exactly. Oh, that was brutal. I had to speed run the final level to beat the boss before it crashed on me. That was nuts. I don't want to do that again. Bulbler, I kind of don't want an official translation because then I'd probably get upset at the names not being as cool as a fan patch. That would be unfortunate. It's true. It's true. I mean, I guess they could try and buy the rights to the fan translation from the fan translators. I doubt that Capcom would do that though, but I just want the game to be more accessible to more people. And right now the fan patch is not the easiest thing in the world to apply. Oh god, the Advent Rising crash. The fact that it played the ending and then just crashed immediately. The funny thing is I've never opened the game up after that crash, and I never will. That was the last thing I'll ever see of Advent Rising. You remember that some guy in the hat? The mission is over! To the phone with all haste! Oh god, I was sweating bullets. Alright, the shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. Does that check out? We only heard 2 gunshots. I think that checks out. Let's press him on that though.
Hold it.
So the second shot wasn't part of your plan. That's right, she did that on her own. If you think about it, wasn't she desperate for a scoop? I'm a journalist, I ain't no murderer. Well then, who was the one who joined the plan in order to get exclusive coverage? That's... It's just like you said, I orchestrated this fake assassination attempt. She was only supposed to aim the laser pointer. Guess it wasn't enough for her. She prepared her own gun and took aim at the president. She probably thought she wouldn't get caught if she went on and shot me too. Knightley fired the first shot and then Miss Swift fired the second one. In other words, Nicole also had a gun. I never thought she was the type. Not any proof, it's just pure speculation. Then bam! Let's present some evidence! Alright, let's see, is there anything else we need to press here? Let's press on this one just in case. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the president in the security room.
Hold it.
Why did you do that? The assassination was supposed to be fake. There were a lot of guests milling around outside. Wouldn't it be bad if the president who just escaped an assassination was seen lounging around and drinking grape juice? Imagine the headlines. I mentioned before how this feels exactly like a translation, the official translation. Translating any sort of alcohol to grape juice. Perfection. Perfection. What was the victim doing at that time? How should I know? I was with the president inside the security room. Anyway. Yeah, it's a fitting end to Advent Rising. Crash, never open the game again. Yeah, Knightley has a very interesting hairstyle. I think he's, between that and his neck brace, I think he's supposed to look like a knight, which makes sense. Alright, when I came out, Rook was already on the ground.
Hold it.
Where did you find the body? About where he is now. He collapsed in the middle of this room. When I returned, the door to the plane was already closed. The bullet must have hit Rook right before the door closed. Talk about a hassle. It's all his fault that the plan failed. Knightley, that's too far. Even if he protected the king, he couldn't protect his honor. He was careless in his duty and he paid the price for it. This man is truly despicable. As I was saying. Let's see, so the bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president to the plane. Did we already press on that one? I don't remember. Yeah, we did press on that one. Gotcha, so we did that already. Let's see, a shot was fired from the gun we found in the trash. And we pressed on that one, and that's the one where... Let me double check something. Alright, so we pressed on that one, right. And that brings us back to the beginning, right? Alright, so yeah, we have to present evidence on something in here. That's what they're basically telling us. Alright, so where's the contradiction? He shot the balloon and entered the plane. Rook waited in the cabin while he led the president to the security room. When he came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president to the plane. check on that gun one more time. So 2 shots were fired from the gun. We know that. But wait, there's 2 shots fired from there. Something isn't adding up here.
Objection!
So, you shot the balloon, and Ms. Swift shot Rook. Is that really true? Can't see it any other way. The gun we discovered in the trash was fired twice. The number of gunshots doesn't add up. Why don't the gunshots add up? It's simple. The gun is fake evidence left behind by the real criminal. Fake evidence? Think about it. The criminal planted this for a reason. By finding the gun, we'd assume that the assassin was in the audience, in order to make us believe that the gun was used by the assassin. The gun needed to appear as if it had been fired twice. I get it, because 2 shots were fired during the incident. However, we proved that the bullet that hit the balloon did not come from this gun. Therefore, I have my doubts as to whether the gun also took Rook's life. So yeah, if he went inside as soon as the first shot was fired, there's no way he could have gotten the gun out to the trash can. The timeline doesn't add up. He hadn't left the plane since then. Oh, it's grape juice in the Japanese versions as well? Oh, we thought it would be funnier that way. That's amazing, Warden. Thank you for letting us know. Drink your grape juice, Apollo. Is that actually a grape juice emote? Oh my god, that's amazing. That plane is taking a lot of hits today. It's bad times. Some guy in a hat. I love that movie so much. Oh my god, it's so good. I think there are still shells in the revolver. The revolver shows 2 bullets have been fired. But if they prepared the bulletproof vest beforehand, who's to say they didn't prepare the gun beforehand? Here it comes. You're packing some serious heat. Enough with the song and dance. You come this far, go ahead and say it. I'm gonna save. I won't just say it, I'll prove it. The one who really shot Rook is...
Take that!
Horace Knightley. You murdered Rook. Heh, you finally said it. Knightley, you couldn't have. The killer wasn't the only one who took advantage of the fake assassination plot. You intended to murder Rook and claim he was the victim of the assassination. Once the president had entered the security room and the door to the plane was closed, only the victim and Knightley would have been left in this room. And at that moment, you fired a 3rd bullet, directly at Rook.
Objection!
A 3rd bullet? Ha! Only 2 gunshots were heard. The numbers don't match up. The plane's walls are soundproof. The door was closed. The gunshot would not have been heard outside. What? Wasn't the president in the next room? That's true. The president may have heard the gunshot. Mr. President, did you hear a gunshot? I didn't hear any gunshots. But weren't you watching this room through the security cameras? Cameras in this room aren't usually turned on. I turned on the power after I entered the security room. So you didn't turn on the power immediately after entering the room? No. Actually, I... What is it? He's not being clear. Mr. President, focus! This is vital! I was... That is... Please! I was hiding under the bed, covering my ears. What? But you knew the assassination was fake! Doesn't matter. I simply hate the sound of guns. That terrifying sound. I just can't help it. That definitely ain't going in my article. Knightley, you saw the president hiding under the bed. Furthermore, you could tell if the security cameras had been turned on by looking at the monitors. In that moment when the president wouldn't hear the gunshot or see the room, you had a chance to fire a third bullet at Rook. Knightley, did you really? You saved me? You really think I killed that moron? It's cold, Mr. President. Let me get caught up on chat right here. Yeah, this music is so... I always love the music in the Ace Attorney games, but this is nice. This is nice. Yeah, he's the president. He mentioned his approval ratings were down, so he staged the assassination to try and look tough. I can see why he'd want to look tough. Have a little faith in me. The bodyguard is risking his life to protect you. I want to believe you. I really do, but... I just don't get it. Why are you suspecting me alone? There's still the possibility that she's the killer. This gun is not the murder weapon. The number of missing bullets makes that clear. Maybe it was one short to begin with. Ever think of that? What? Maybe he'd already fired a shot yesterday or the day before. And the second shot was fired today, the one that hit Rook. Well, isn't that just the perfect excuse? Excuse? Possibility exists, you can't deny that. He's right, and I can't deny it completely. You need decisive evidence. Evidence so decisive it makes my heart stop and my logic crumble. Literal future voiceover professional star? I would love to do that, that would be so fun. I like doing voiceovers, I have a lot of fun with it. I don't know if I have enough versatility to actually do it as a career though. You got something like that? Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything? At this rate, Nicole... Mr. Prosecutor... It's true, I did an awful thing for a scoop. But I never killed nobody. I could never do a thing like that. Decisive evidence. I could prove the murder weapon was Knightley's gun. Proof it was his gun. Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it, see if the ballistic markings match my gun. If we can find the bullet that took Rook's life, we can determine which gun fired the shot from the ballistic markings. And I already think I know where it is. If you got no evidence, then we're done talking.
Objection!
Hold it. What? You don't seriously have decisive evidence. Naturally. That's a big joke. Well, come on now, show us. What is this so-called evidence? The bullet that took Rook's life. That's the decisive evidence I need. This evidence. Do I have it? We do have it. I have the bullet. Right, here, somewhere. The canary doesn't sing, just shoot it. Or so the saying goes. Just as I hoped, I'm gonna blast a hole in you. Right in your chest. Rook was killed here, so where did the bullet go? Come to think of it, there's one thing in this room that's always felt out of place. Alright, so I have to hit I don't have it, I guess. I don't have it. Okay, it's game over, man. However, it is somewhere in this room. What? The bullet that killed Rook pierced through his body. So, where did the bullet go? Earlier, you explained it like this. The bullet that took Rook's life pierced through his body and then hit the vest. That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. However, now that the fake assassination plan has come to light, we know that the bullet in the bulletproof vest was prepared earlier. So then, where did the bullet go? Interesting. Very interesting. Do you have the answer? Do I have evidence that shows the location of the bullet that killed Mr. Rook? Yes, we do! Yes, we do. I've been waiting for this one.
Take that!
In this room, there is one thing that's clearly missing. Something missing? Sure it's not your brain? I'd like you to look at the rack of security monitors. Ah! Seems you've noticed, Mr. President. Among these images of the plane's surroundings, only the feed from the right side of the plane is absent. That's what's missing. A single monitor. Mr. President, there was originally a monitor here, wasn't there? That's right. Why is there a stuffed toy now? That must have been put there to hide the empty space where the monitor used to be. Why is the monitor missing and where did it go? Why, undoubtedly, because it was hit by the bullet. In order to make us think that the bullet really hit the bulletproof vest. It would have been a problem if another bullet hole was discovered. So then, where did the monitor go? Where? Should be hidden somewhere inside this plane. There hasn't been a chance to dispose of it outside since it was shot. Detective Gumshoe, search this plane. Roger that, sir! President Huang, you said extraterritorial laws apply to this plane. I will allow it. There is no problem. I just want to know the truth of Rook's death. Damn it! You think this is a joke? You're always like this. Rook this, Rook that. Detective, we have his approval. Go ahead. I think I know what we're gonna find here as well. Let me get caught up on chat right here. Glass, I love that song. Pull it up on the monitor and... relentlessly! Yeah, good thing we have a monitor feed of that stuffed animal. If it ever moves, everybody freak out. Mr. Edgeworth, I found it, sir! Good work, detective. Now let's extract the bullet from the monitor. I do this here. Do that there. I got it! Well, it's definitely stained with blood. I'm certain this is the bullet that killed Rook. All right. This is the bullet that will crush your arguments. The decisive evidence that blows a hole in your logic. If the ballistic markings on this bullet do not match the gun found in the audience area, Ms. Swift will be cleared of suspicion. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Detective, we need to examine the ballistic markings. Send the gun and the bullet to forensics. Roger! We should be able to find clear markings on this bullet, sir. Yeah, the man's died. That's why he's thinking about him so much. He's literally laying on the floor right there. That's why he's focused on him. The guy's right there! Now then, let's listen to the forensics report. Reporting! First, the blood on this bullet matches the victim's blood. So, this bullet really did take Rook's life. Also, Horace Knightley's fingerprints were found in this gun. Knightley's fingerprints probably came from when he took all our evidence. Remember, they actually searched the gun for fingerprints right when we first got it, and there wasn't any fingerprints on it at the time. So yeah, those are recent. The real issue is that ballistic markings. If the markings don't match, Ms. Swift will be cleared of suspicion. And the bullet's ballistic markings match this gun. What? They match? What? No way! There's no mistake. The bullet was fired from this gun. What? Huh? That's strange. Looks like I was right after all, naturally. Did you really think you had me cornered? You misread the board. The one who's been cornered is you. Oh, we got problems. We got problems. If the ballistic markings match the gun, there can be no doubt. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Who could have used the gun? Not me, because I was on stage. But what about that lady reporter in the audience? All the evidence points to that young lady as the assassin who killed Rook. Shit. Well, it's your move, Mr. Prosecutor. Where did you find the gun again? And which gun fired the bullet? At least we know it ain't me. This can't be happening. The president and I have admitted to the fake assassination plot. Now it's your turn to admit who the real criminal is. That doesn't make Nicole the criminal. Don't get riled up, Kay. Let him have his say first. After he's done, it won't be too late to begin our counterattack. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, jeez. I mean, it's definitely him. We know at this point he's absolutely 100% the villain. So the challenge here is, can we prove it? Because as far as we know, he wasn't ever in the audience. So if he fired the gun, we don't know how it got down there is the thing. Yeah, we had the big breakdown and then we're still going. This one's intense. This is the tutorial case. This is insane. Yeah, for the love of God, no, it's holy, stop playing with your gun, especially while there's several cops in the room. Holy crap. Rooks, you think some of the segments drag on way too long? I'm a sucker for a courtroom drama. I love this stuff. Yeah, this music's so good. Kitsu Bean, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is the tutorial case. This is the first case of the game. There's like another 3 or 4 after this. So yeah, this game's off like a gunshot. Alright, so the ballistic markings match the gun, there could be no doubt. That's true. That's true. He couldn't have faked that. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. It seems like it. Who could have used the gun? Let's press him on it.
Hold it.
Who, indeed? You already know the answer. You just don't want to admit it, huh? I know the feeling. It's probably like how I felt before. Feeling so irritated, you're just itching to pull the trigger. But this ain't that time to be joking around. Only one person could have used that gun. Hey, Emperor! Thank you so much for the gift sub to Punisher right there. Gift sub number 1,661 in the channel. Totally expectable bribery. Thank you so much, Emperor. I really appreciate the support. All right, so not him because he was on stage, but what about the lady reporter?
Hold it.
Excuse me. Do you have proof that Ms. Swift fired the gun? Whoa there, didn't the boys in blue already prove that? But Nicole's fingerprints weren't found on the gun. And yours were all over it, pal.
Objection.
Well, that's because I was handling all the evidence earlier. If that lady isn't the killer, who else could it be? You were the one who cornered the assassin in the audience. Capiche? In fact, from every angle on the board, all the evidence points to that young lady as the assassin. Oh my god, it sure seems like it, honestly.
Hold it.
I don't recall that being proven. Well, what exactly have you proved? Oh yeah, you proved that I fired the first bullet. But you're forgetting one crucial thing. Why were you called here in the first place? It's obvious, pal. We came to find the truth. Do you consider the worsening relationship with Zheng Fa to be the truth? No. Your purpose here was to solve the attempted assassination incident. My purpose here is for me to decide. It is not to be decided by the likes of you. Whatever. If you spend all day arguing like this, the case is gonna go unsolved. Just give it up already. The real criminal is that lady over there. No, the real criminal can be none other than this man. The ballistic markings match the gun we discovered in the trash can. When did Knightley have the opportunity to touch the gun? It could only have been when I handed over the evidence. Oh! Oh! I think I might have just figured it out, and it's diabolical. Who touched Sasha? Who touched my gun? Yeah, I had a light bulb moment right there. I'm like, oh my god. I know what happened here. Mr. Edgeworth, is there anything we can do? Our reasoning up until now has not been wrong. This is an obstacle we'll have to overcome. But doesn't he have decisive evidence? A testimony born from lies will always contain a contradiction. Firstly, I'll need to press Knightley for more details. Alright, I think I see what we're doing here. I'm gonna have to work to get towards that point, but I think I figured it out. I'm excited. Yeah, we gotta press a couple more things to see if we can find some more information here. Yeah, the press icon. Yo! Yo! Oh my goodness. Amplexus making you feel things. I love it when a game does that to me. It's so good.
Hold it.
No, that's...
Objection.
Didn't you say it earlier? This is the decisive evidence. Arrgh. Well, how does it feel to have a hole blown through your reasoning? The ballistic markings match the gun we found, so... Does that mean Nicole really was the shooter? I'd like to believe otherwise. But he's got the decisive evidence on his side, sir! Indeed. How should I proceed? Miss Swift isn't the killer, then the ballistic markings should not match. Thoughts, Kay? If the evidence isn't possible, then maybe we should doubt the evidence itself, right? Doubt the evidence? Nicole's definitely not a criminal. So if the evidence says that she's a criminal, there must be something wrong with it. You seem awfully sure of yourself. It's a great thief's intuition. Intuition? Still, it's quite possible. I'm gonna save here because we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Above all, Miss Swift doesn't seem like the type of person to tell such elaborate lies. Court, the evidence is everything. And yet here I'm doubting it. Which evidence do I doubt? The gun. Anything is suspect here, it can only be the gun. The bullet was discovered just a moment ago. It couldn't have been tampered with yet. Did Knightley have a chance to tamper with a gun? You shall hand over all the evidence you've collected so far and leave this plane at once. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. That's it. He could have tampered with the gun at that time. There's no doubt that this gun is the real murder weapon. In that case, the owner of this gun is...
Take that.
He must have switched the guns. Without a doubt, this is Knightley's own gun. Exactly, so this isn't the same gun we found in the trash. When we handed the trash gun over as evidence, he swapped that one with his own pistol. That's why the ballistic markings match. Why didn't he have any opportunity to get to the trash can? He never needed to. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Alright, before we continue, I gotta blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back, folks. Alright, thanks for waiting, folks. After all, Mr. Edgeworth, we make sure to reject any evidence which doesn't support our presupposed hypothesis. That's just science! Also, Ace Attorney courtrooms. Dame Karen, you kind of like to see Edgeworth go Super Saiyan? The bad guys get new forms all the time, why don't the good guys? Alright, so... let's see, the bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area.
Objection!
Knightley, you fiend! You switched the guns! The gun that matched the ballistic markings was yours all along. Heh. Interesting choice of move you made there. The switch occurred at the time you seized the evidence, when we were arguing with the president over the investigation rights. You detached the laser sight from the gun I found in the audience area, and attached it to your gun. Then, when you returned the evidence, you gave me your own gun. Did I do that? So, what you're saying is that I knew you'd want to examine the ballistic markings. Indeed, staying one move ahead of your opponent. Isn't that the fundamental rule of chess? I thought it was protect the king. I'm glad you feel that way, Mr. Prosecutor, but you're giving me too much credit. Besides, can you even prove I pulled the old switcheroo with the guns? 3 moves ahead. Yeah, that's how this game needs to end, is Edgeworth finding his final form at long last. So, the gun happens to be the same model as mine, pure coincidence. But take a closer look, only one of them has a laser pointer attached to it. Check the number of bullets left in the chamber. Only 2 shots fired, see? There's no evidence that I switched the guns, right? Giving you too much credit? That hardly sounds like something you'd say. Guess I'm just more modest than you. Well, except when I'm in front of a chessboard. But we're not in front of a chessboard. That's too bad. Don't use that as an excuse later. I didn't lose the game, I just couldn't find enough evidence. You're the one who should have an excuse ready. You didn't beat me at chess, you only found the evidence. Alright. We have to press through everything he's got and see if we can find a weakness in here. The old switcheroo. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, so the gun's pure coincidence, he says.
Hold it!
Coincidence, you say? Or perhaps it was simply bound to happen. Which was it, pal? Us bodyguards need to use them to protect the president. And no matter how you slice it, that lady is a total amateur with guns. It was necessary for both of us to use revolvers. A revolver? Like the one Knightley's carrying? Why would it be necessary? It has a simpler mechanism, so it's easier to use. Something along those lines, probably. When you gotta get the job done, or if you're new to this sort of thing, there's nothing better. Truth is, I thought it was pure coincidence all along. It would be funny if this ended in a chess game. Knightley's never actually talked about, like, whether he talks about chess a lot, but he's never actually claimed if he's ranked or if he's won any prizes. He just kind of obsesses about chess a lot, which is kind of funny because Edgeworth's been talking about chess a whole bunch too, since we've got the logic chess minigame here. But only one of them has a laser pointer attached to it. Yes, we already accused you of switching the laser pointer.
Hold it!
You attached the laser pointer to the gun yourself. Oh yeah? Prove it. Show me the evidence. What? Well, that's... You can't go around calling people liars without proof. Didn't your daddy teach you that? On that point, I've got evidence on my side. Yeah, knightly Rook, and also the fact that Rook had a flat top like a knight, like Rook, and he's got the like horse mane like a knight. That's cool that you play chess online though, Glass Telephone. I tried playing it before. I know the rules. I'm just really bad at it is all. For some reason, I could just never get the strategy. I think I'm just not good at looking far enough ahead, so I tend to get boxed in a lot. My father is dead, Knightley. Don't be an ass. That's exactly what I was thinking. Check the number of bullets, he says. Something's been bothering me for a while now. What about the chamber of your own gun? My woman here? Now they mention it. I've been firing it off for a while now. Every time he fires, he reloads the gun. So, there's no way to check its status from the time of the incident. Wait, is actually canon that he keeps firing the gun accidentally? Oh god, that's horrifying. R.I.P. to the roof of this plane. That's it. In order to switch the guns, he would have needed to reload the bullets. Knightley is bare-handed, and he had no time to put on gloves when the switch was made. Well, I think it's about time for you to resign. How about it, Prosecutor Edgeworth? There's no evidence that he switched the guns? Oh no, I think we just figured out where the evidence is. The ammo budget for this bozo, oh my god. Yeah, it's true, Rooks. All I can look for is the meat check. He's so dramatic, relentlessly. I love it. If it's evidence, there isn't any. If there is, show it to me. We know there is, pal. Don't we, Mr. Edgeworth? There's no time for another investigation. I can only use what I have right now. Think. Consider all the possibilities. If you've got something to show, let me know. Evidence that Knightley switched the guns? Does that even exist? There's no evidence that directly proves that Knightley switched the guns. Yet we know for a fact he did. If he didn't, there would be no explanation for the ballistic markings. We need to carefully consider the meaning behind every piece of evidence linked to his testimony. The truth must be there. Alright, so... we go to this statement, and then... I think this is what we need to present. We'll see, though. How does he keep his license? This guy's terrifying. Why would the president keep him around? He seems like he's a safety hazard more than anything else. How many shots were fired? I don't know. I don't know. Too many shots. That evidence is this. Call that evidence? Prosecutor Edgeworth, you're trying too hard. Certain traces were left on the gun. Traces that prove this gun belonged to you. Show it to me. What kind of piece you got? A rook? A bishop? Better not be a pawn. The traces Knightley left on this gun are... you left your fingerprints on this gun. Fingerprints? Ha! That should be expected. I handled the gun earlier when I seized your evidence. Of course my fingerprints are on it. But what if the fingerprints are in a place they should not be? What? That's not possible. Allow me to show you. There is one place where your fingerprints should not be. This piece of evidence will deal the final blow to your king. Don't put that gun in chat. What, like this? Give me all your cash. Trigger discipline. I'm sorry. Gotta watch where I put my cursor here. All right. Let's see. So there's no bullets in here. Who carries cash anymore? It's true. I carry a little bit because there's still some nice mom and pop shops around here that don't take credit cards, but not a lot. It's true. This is a laser pointer. It's an implement you attach to a gun to help you aim with a laser, sir. Even though it does make it easier to aim, the drawback is that you're more easily detected. But if you were the target, you probably wouldn't detect a thing, sir. Because I'm wearing red. Is that what you're saying? Huh? How did you know, sir? Oops. Oh, I had to look from the back. There we go. Here, Detective Gumshoe, please have a look at this cylinder. 2 shots were fired, sir, but where would the fingerprints be? You made the switch when you seized the evidence earlier. However, if all you did was switch the guns, you would have been found out right away. That's because the number of bullets fired by the 2 guns are different. The gun found in the audience area had 2 shots fired, sir. Then, what about Mr. Knightley's gun? He fired 2 shots at the balloon when he was on stage. And later, 1 shot to kill Rook. 3 shots in total, not counting the number of shots he's fired since then. And after each of those times, you would reload the bullets. Tell us, Knightley, were you wearing gloves when doing that? Officer, in your report earlier, where were Knightley's fingerprints found on the gun? Sir, the prints weren't just found on the outside of the gun. They were also found on the bullets as well. If all you did was handle the evidence, why would your fingerprints be on the bullets? That's... With this, it has been proven that you switched the guns. The gun which fired the bullet that took the victim's life. It belongs to you, Horace Knightley. You're the one who stole Rook's life. You are the true assassin. I am... Checkmate. Man... Oh my god, there's been some great breakdowns in this series. That's one of my favorites right there, I think. Oh my god, that was amazing. Meat check! Meltdown is a go! That one was so good, oh my god! I should have been made leader. Me! Rook, that piece of scum, if it hadn't been for him, I would have had complete control over everybody. My assassination plan, it was perfect. My plan was perfect. Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Roger that, sir. Edgeworth! This game isn't over yet, you hear me? That's enough. The rest of this game will continue in the courtroom. Damn it! Damn you! Yeah, speaking ill of the dead, what a jerk! The game isn't over yet. Yeah, I know it's the first case, dude. Jeez. Calm down. I haven't even got my money's worth yet. March 25th, 5:12 p.m., Gourd Lake Park stage. It's only been a couple of hours over the course of this case. Hey, guy from Red Bank, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a great weekend. Sweet, sweet, brave Rook. He did his job. He did everything he was supposed to do, and he refused to participate in the fake assassination plan. He was the good dude here. And he got killed by a jerk. You have my gratitude. You exposed a murder amongst my bodyguards, and for that, I am truly in your debt. As soon as he stepped outside the plane, he reverted back to his king-like persona. Some time ago, when I proposed the fake assassination plan. You want me, not Rook? Rook declined, so I'm asking you. What do you say? Alright, let's do this. I'll come up with the perfect plan. I can even use that guy as a chess piece. When Knightley said that, his eyes were overflowing with hatred towards Rook. Frankly, I was quite anxious about asking Knightley instead of Rook. Now that I recall those events, he probably sensed the anxiety in my countenance. Perhaps that is what gave him the impetus for murder. Mr. President, if you had not orchestrated that fake plan, this would not have happened. That is your sin. A sin that won't disappear. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You have my sincerest apologies. I too must bear some responsibility for this. Even so, I am most grateful to you. I thank you for solving the mystery of Rook's death. I'm scheduled to stay in this country for a little longer. But if any of you ever wish to visit the Republic of Zhongfa, you will always be welcome. You don't have to salute, Gumshoe. Oh, lordy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is this new music? This sounds like new music. Chanenin, welcome in, and thank you for a 57-month resub there. The ketchup of anniversary. Ketchup. How are you doing today, Chanenin? How's your weekend going? And thank you so much for the support. It really, truly means a lot. Yeah, Knightley just insisted on hopping over his coworker, no matter what the cost. I've known a few people like that. It's taking us longer in the game than it took IRL. It's pretty wild. Oh, impressive flab control. He must be flexing so many muscles. So hard. That guy must be so tired. Punisher, thank you for clipping that breakdown. That was amazing. I'm so happy for you, Nicole. You were set up as the suspect for the murder. Still, your involvement with the fake assassination plan remains a fact. You will have to submit to police questioning later. You should know that there's still a possibility you may be charged with some crime. Yeah, I know. Sorry about all this. I understand you want to catch a scoop, but there's a line that should not be crossed. I hear ya. I promise to reflect on this. We did it, Mr. Edgeworth! That was awesome! Prosecutor Edgeworth solves presidential assassination attempt. It's gonna be big news! Big news? Mr. Prosecutor, would you mind telling us how you feel about solving this case? That was certainly a quick change of an attitude. No comment. Ah, don't be so ornery. The reason is because this case is not over yet. Huh? Not over? What do you mean, sir? What shows that the case is not over? Oh, God. Oh.
Take that!
The killer's card. The killer still hasn't carried out his request. I mean, killing the president. I hope this doesn't turn into a larger incident. An assassination attempt on the president of Zhongfa. News of this incident spread across the entire country. The mass media also hounded me as I began to prepare for the trials of Horace Knightley. Everyone had seen the news, and everyone was talking about it. However, amidst the commotion, nobody noticed that the game had only just begun. The end of episode 1. There's still plenty more of this game to come. And it looks like the next episode is going to be called The Imprisoned Turnabout. I have no idea who that is, but I guess we'll find out. Save your progress? Yes, please. Whew. Yeah, that was the tutorial. Holy crap, that was the tutorial. Wow. All the other games, the tutorial is usually very simple and very straightforward. That was a banger. Holy shit. That was an incredible case. I'm very excited to see what else we've got in the game after this. Oh my God. Yeah, the president's breakdown was good, but Knightley's, oh, it just kept going. It just kept going. But wait, there's more. Better turn this into a larger incident or this game's gonna end early. They did the same thing with the previous game too, where there was all these individual cases, but there was a through line that tied all of them together at the end too. So it seems like they're setting up to do that as well, which is actually very cool. I'm excited if they do that again. That should be very neat. I like having something to pull everything together like that. Just some light little presidential assassination to get you settled in. Plus, you know, it's hired killer wandering around in the audience. Hey, Groshin, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. That rug really tied the cases together. Yeah, that wasn't the usual Winston Payne tutorial, although it was hanging around. I guess that was the flag that we're setting the tutorial, which is hilarious. Oh, my goodness. So it is a little early, but I think we're probably going to end the stream right here. And I know we ended early yesterday too, but to make up for it, I think probably next week we're going to start seeing a lot longer cases. Because it looks like the cases after this are even bulkier than this one. So I'm going to try and be doing some longer streams to see if we can get through the case at a good pace. But also because I'm having a great time with this game and I want to play as much of it as possible. I hope you folks are liking it too. I'm a big fan of this series, and I'm really having a good time with this game, and I'm excited to see what else there is in there. Let's see, that revolver again, that lion present again, that Knightley breakdown again, that sudden flabbery again. There was so much of it, Emperor. No 12-hour streams. Oh God, that's way too much. That middle of the beginning before the real stream actually begins, I swear it's not a trick, I promise you. That evidence landing on the culprit, he's got head trauma. That OMG, that was the tutorial time again? That was the tutorial, it's crazy. Yes, it is all that and more. Thank you everybody for being here. This was a fantastic week of streams. I really enjoyed it. We will be back next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we will be continuing the game from there. I hope you will join us for that as well. I would love to see you all, to see where all these loose ends will take us through the new case. But if you've got a minute to spare, we do have one last thing to do. I would really appreciate it because we still have to see who all is online, because if you're not done watching Twitch, I would love to see if I can take you somewhere cool, most definitely. So make sure to hit follow first and foremost. That'll be the easiest way to find me next week or at any point in the future if you'd like to come back. And while I'm looking to see who's live right now, there is some links in chat you might want to check out if you haven't seen them already. Including a link to my YouTube, if you would like to check out some of the games I've played in past, including the original Phoenix Wright trilogy and the first Ace Attorney Investigations game. Those are all up there. Or if you want to get caught up on this game, if you missed anything, those VODs will all be going up there as well. And we also have a link to my Discord, If you would like to chat with me or the rest of the community outside of the stream, feel free to join us there. And oh my gosh, if this person isn't ending this stream, we're going over there because number one, this is someone we almost never get to raid. And number two, they are playing a very interesting retro game today. A game I've wanted to try out, but haven't had the guts to. So this should be very exciting. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would really appreciate it if you would join us as we go raid fellow retro streamer Stuff by Sunshine. She is a professional illustrator and she also plays a lot of really cool retro games. Today, she is playing one of the original Elder Scrolls games, Redguard, which I know very little about, but I'd really like to see some of this one. So why don't you join me over there, say hi to Sunshine, hang out for a little bit, throw her a follow if you like what she's doing. But hey, if you've got other things to do, I will just say, as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I will see you folks next week for more Ace Attorney investigations too. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.